Good morning, dear students. So let us carry on our discussion on the chapter on coordinate geometry. So in the previous classes or in the previous video lectures, so we have been looking at how 2 points in a coordinate system will look like. So let this point be P and let this point be Q. So let point P be something called as, let us just give it some coordinate. So this will be x1, y1, and let Q be x2 and y2. So our main focus on this video lecture will be to find the distance between these 2 points when its coordinates are given. Remember, the coordinates has to be given to use these concepts that we are going to discuss in this video. So let this point be P and let this point be Q. So our agenda, as I have told you, is to find the distance between P and Q. So before moving forward, so let me just form something like this. So P, let me use a different color. So PR and something like this. Now if you see here properly, PQR has turned into a right angle triangle, and as soon as right angle triangle comes up, it always comes up with Pythagoras theorem. So as you know, in Pythagoras theorem, what we say that PQ square will be equal to PR square plus QR square. So you can see this, and our agenda is to find PQ. So using this formula, we can easily calculate the value of PQ. So before calculating PQ square, we should know the proper value of PR and QR. That is what we are going to discuss now. So let's start forward. So if you see here, so let me go for PR first. So PR will be, before going into PR, so we have to draw something like this, a perpendicular. Let me just draw perpendicular properly, and let us name it M and N. You will try to understand why I require M and N. You will understand in some minutes. O. So if you see here, PR is nothing but, I can say PR is Mn, right? Because same thing is getting projected over here. So PR is equal to Mn. In this case, Mn, I can say this On minus this Om. I can say, so On equals to Om. So if you see properly over here, On is nothing but x2, because this point x2, y2 is directly getting projected over here. So I can say this to be x2. So I can write this one as x2, and similarly Om is x1. So what I have got till now, I have found the value of PR. Similarly, let's go and try to find, remember, please keep at the back of your mind that PR we got it as x2 minus x1. Now let us try to find for RQ. So RQ. So what will be RQ? If you see the diagram properly, RQ will be nothing but NQ, that means this one, minus NR. I can say NR, can I say that? NQ minus NR. But NR, I can even write it as, so this one I can write it as NQ minus MP. If you see here properly, what is NQ? NQ is nothing but Y2, because this is Y2, right? If you see the coordinate over here, this is Y2 and this is Y1. So this has turned out to be Y1. So what we have got till now, we got RQ equals to Y2 minus Y1. So let us try to coalesce all of them together and write. So PQ square. So before writing this, we can write in triangle PRQ. By Pythagoras theorem, I suggest you to write PT properly, full Pythagoras theorem. We get, what do we get? We get PQ square equals to PR square plus RQ square. So what we got the value of PR as? It was nothing but x2 minus x1. Since it is square, I'll write it as whole square plus, so let me write the value of RQ. What was the value of RQ? It was nothing but y2 minus y1 whole square. But since we are trying to find the value of PQ and this is square, we need to send the square that side, and when square root goes to the goes to the other side of equation, as you know, it becomes square root. So PQ equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus, as you would have guessed by now, it will be y2 minus y1 whole square. All of them should be inside the square root. So this is the value of PQ, and this is also known as, famously it is also called as something called as distance formula. This is the name of the section. In your book it is section 19.6 and it is called distance formula. If you see here properly, many of you might be thinking, are we going to get the value of root only as positive, or we will get as negative as well? But please keep in mind, we are focusing on a distance, and as you know, I have been iterating it again and again in the class. A distance will always be positive, so there's no question of having the root as negative. So I hope this is clear with everyone, and you can always write the formula of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square as x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. This is correct, but do not make the changes something like this. If you write here 1 2, you can't write 2 1 here. So keep in mind, if it was 2 1, next part also should become 2 1. The first part, if it is 1 2, next part should also become 1 2. So please keep that in mind. So let me just take one problem that is there in the book. So the question says, find the distance between the points P minus 5, 7 and Q minus 1, 3. So there is no need of drawing any graph or plotting any graph for this question. It's very simple and straightforward. So the distance will be always be denoted by PQ. If the point is P and the other point is Q, then the distance between the 2 points is PQ. Then after that, we know the formula. We have to write the formula first. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Please keep in mind, all of them should be inside the bracket. Pardon, inside the root sign, or it's also called as radical. So after this, what is x2? x2, if you see here properly, it is minus 1. And what is x1? x1 is minus 5. So we have to put them inside bracket plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this also should be inside the bracket. So minus 1 plus 5, minus 1 plus 5, it will become, after this, it will become again within the bracket minus 4 square. So if you see here properly, this should become 16, I think 4 square plus minus 4 square will become, I think, under root 16 plus 16. So 16 by 16 plus 16 will become under root 32. So this I can write it as 4 root 2 units. So this is the answer. So this is how we calculate the distance between 2 points in a coordinate system. So I hope everyone is clear with this. Further examples, we will be discussing it in the classes to come. Thank you, all of you.